Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your October read. Let's see what's coming in for you. Wow, we're starting with the Ace of Wands. Amazing. Ooh, all right, these two came out together. The Devil and the Chariot in your challenge position. I'm going to keep them like that. It's usually a sign that they need to stay that way. That's really interesting energies. And we have the King of Pentacles. I'll just slap that under there. There we go. The Two of Pentacles, the Hanged Man. Wow, you got a lot of major arcana in here. Five of Swords. Interesting. Five of Cups. Okay. We've got the Three of Wands. My goodness. This one's come in, I think, in almost every read I've done for October so far. The Death card in your hopes and fears. The Eight of Swords in your outcome. This is a really interesting spread. We're going to have a look at some of those. Okay, bottom of the deck. Wow, you've got the Queen of Cups. That is beautiful energy overseeing this read. Eight of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. Okay. Queen of Cups, beautiful emotional balance right now. This is the energy overseeing the whole month of October. So you're going to weather this month really beautifully. No matter what happens, there's a sense of calm and centeredness and a real connection with your heart right now. And I love that because I feel like that is what is guiding you through this path, even when you come up against obstacles or challenges. That Devil in the challenge position. This is really interesting though. Before we get into the main spread, let me just have a look at this under here. You've been working away really hard. You have been trying to master some kind of skill, and there is a decision. You've got the two twos there. This is about weighing things up. We'll get to that. But the Two of Swords, you've been thinking about something and you've been trying to tap into your intuition in order to make this decision. But I feel, just based on what I'm seeing here, I'm feeling like it's not entirely in your hands right now, which is probably a little frustrating, but you're not letting it get to you. You're just working away. And as I said, staying beautifully emotionally balanced. Okay, before we get to the main spread, let's have a look at your oracle cards. From the Enchanted Forest Oracle, you got this gorgeous sacred oak. Embrace your inner strength and resilience. Stunning. Amazing, and definitely what you're holding right now with any challenges that might come up. You have a lot of inner strength, and there's so much strength, that inner strength with that Queen of Cups. She's a very gentle, compassionate queen, but whenever I tune into her, I always liken her to the mama bear. She has this beautiful, quiet gentleness, but she's so strong, so deeply powerful in that emotional resilience. I think people liken emotional connection or heart-centeredness with vulnerability, but there is so much strength when you connect in with your heart. That's what you're relying on right now. It's beautiful. All right, your Spirit Animals Oracle card flipped out while I was shuffling. You got this beautiful messenger card. Spirit is sending you messages. Open your greater vision to see the signs. Focus on priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Yes. Let yourself ascend to new heights. That's incredible, Sagittarius. A lot of messages this month about connecting in with spirit, connecting in with our inner self. Like I said, connecting in with our heart and receiving messages from higher up, from our spirit guides, from our higher self, from God, the angels. However you perceive it, there are messages that want to come in for us. And it seems that for you, this is being particularly emphasized. These three energies are overseeing this whole read, which means they're overseeing this whole month. And this month, Spirit wants to send you messages. They want to get in touch. That's partly why this Two of Swords is under here as well. I feel like it's just letting you know to go quiet when you can, to quiet your emotions, quiet your senses, and connect in with your intuition so you can receive those messages that they're trying to bring in for you. What have we got under there? End of your burdens. Okay. Let's have a look at this main spread. We'll come back to these because I feel like they're going to have a more significant influence than I've outlined, but we'll see where we go with the main spread. Your recent past, you've definitely been weighing up priorities here. It's like things in your life are starting to come into focus for you, and you're seeing what is working for you and what you no longer want to take with you going forward. But you're having to prioritize what you can let go and what needs to stick around for a while. And it's a very practical task that you're doing here. But the challenge with the Two of Pentacles is that you can get stuck in this infinite loop of weighing up your options and not actually make any decisions. What's really cool is that This is followed by the Ace of Wands in the heart of your spread, which is this fresh burst of energy, the universe wanting to support you and providing you with this magic wand to help you create this life that you're envisioning for yourself. This is helping you break out of this loop that you might have been in. You've probably got a clear sense of what you want your life to be like, but it might be that you can't quite see how to manifest it, how to make it happen. And I have been getting, just from the overview of your read, this sense that, I mentioned it before, that it's not entirely down to you that things are not developing the way you want them to. I feel like you've had a few roadblocks come up. The challenge position that these two cards came out for your challenge is really interesting. The Devil and the Chariot. It's like two sides of your personality. One side of you wants to take the reins and create the life that you want, but you're feeling blocked. You're feeling like things are holding you back, that the world is not cooperating. It's just making it really challenging for you. You're wanting to drive forward and you're just being delayed and held back, and it's quite frustrating. The other side of it, and this may be why this Chariot card is here and why it appears that the world is holding you back. There's something that's keeping you trapped within you. There's some old pattern or a habit or belief system that you may not even be consciously aware of, but there's something about this that is interfering with this process and is kind of like these two, because these two came out together, it's like the Devil is holding this Chariot hostage. It's holding it back. So once you figure out what this is, I feel like that's just going to release you completely. It's going to break these chains and you're just going to fly forward, because that's what this Chariot energy is. It's a very fast forward moving energy of you creating your life for yourself, driving yourself forward in the direction you want to go. But at the moment, as I said, you're being held back by that Devil energy. Now, for some of you, it's possible that it's a really obvious thing. The Devil card can symbolize things like addiction, and it doesn't necessarily need to be an external addiction. It could be addiction to thought patterns, to particular relationship types, or to self-recriminations, things like that. It can be a very internal situation, or it could be a literal addiction like gambling or alcohol or whatever it is. For some of you, you're going to be quite clear about what this is that's kind of restricting you and limiting you. That's not to say that it will be any easier to break, but the awareness of it does help. For others of you, if you don't feel like there's a block within you, if you don't feel like there's something holding you back, this card, especially with the Hanged Man in the crown of your reed, they're asking you to take time out from the whole situation, from your life in general. Take time out to be alone, to be quiet, to put yourself in a different position, to see this situation from a higher perspective, to get insight and clarity on this. He's got that halo around him signifying an awakening. So he's put himself in this position to see things from a new perspective, and by doing so, he's gaining clarity and vision and an awakening on what's happening. This is kind of indicating to me that there might actually be something there, even if you don't think there is. These three cards, the Hanged Man, the Devil, and the Chariot, are all kind of indicating that it might be the smallest little belief that you have buried deep within you that you don't think is influencing you anymore. But if you start looking at your life and the patterns that are playing out and the people that keep coming in and blocking you and making things difficult for you, you might recognize that there's a common denominator here, and it could go back to something from your childhood that you'd completely forgotten about and didn't even think was significant at the time. This is what I'm trying to point you towards. It could be anything. It doesn't need to be a childhood thing. It could be a recent thing. It could be big or small. It could be relatively insignificant, but there is something being pointed at here that is asking you to put vision on, to gain clarity on, because when you can see this, that's when you can break free from these chains and you will fly forward. This will create space around you. You have this beautiful Queen of Cups energy. You're very emotionally balanced, so you're in a really good place to do this right now. The energy is supporting you, and you have the universe supporting you with that Ace of Wands. The universe is gifting you with the energy. And it's like a protective barrier right now is what I'm feeling. It's like surrounding you with golden light, this aura of protection to protect you, to look after you while you deal with this, because you are wanting to break free, to shed those burdens. and move forward with purpose, with this goal that you have. You want to create this life, and you have a bright future. Let yourself ascend to new heights. Remember that messenger card. The way you're going to do that is by releasing the things that are holding you down, keeping you limited, restricted, breaking these chains of your addictions, of your old patterns, your limiting beliefs, breaking those chains from your past and releasing you so you can move into your bright, bright future. The bottom of the spread, this King of Pentacles, very grounded, supportive energy. He's got a lot of abundance. Because it's below the surface, it might be that you're not seeing how much you have at your disposal right now to create this life that you want, to support yourself as you go within and check out your challenges. There might be some of you that are a little resistant to looking at what's within you, but what's holding you back. There's no need to be frightened here. As I said, you've got so much support, you've got the emotional balance you need, and below the surface you have the resources to make it through this. And when you break free of this king will come to the surface, and the abundance will manifest externally as well. You have a lot of internal abundance. It's like you've created the life that you want already within you. You can feel the abundance that's waiting to be manifested. It's just being kept below the surface by these limiting beliefs and this inability to drive yourself forward to bring it into reality. This wants to come to the surface. It's just a bit of a process to get there. Now, this Five of Swords, this is in your near future. It could be that it's, again, limiting belief patterns, limiting thoughts that are linking to this devil's trap, this devil card there. The fact that it's in your near future is interesting. I do want to put clarifiers on that because the Five of Swords is a no-win situation. I feel like you may try to think your way out of this, like you're trying to logic your way out of this situation that's preventing you from driving forward and creating the life you want. It's like, if I keep thinking about it, I'll figure out how to make it work. It's not about finding creative solutions in this case. In this situation for you, it's not about trying to think your way out. There's no idea that's going to come in that's going to be better than any ideas you've had previously, because it's not that that's blocking you. It's some energetic block within you that's holding you back. These are three major arcana here with that ace, that powerful card in the center. These three major arcana are hinting at a higher level energetic issue that's going on. This is not a mundane issue. This is not something that can be dealt with at the level of the ordinary, the mundane. So you can't think your way out of this. You need to really go within to feel your way into this situation and then release those energetic blocks. And that will create space for you, and it will get you out of your head. Again, I'm going to put clarifiers on that, but this is really interesting because you got the Five of Cups in your advice position, which is another, I mean, these two fives, they're kind of stuck energies. This is pointing at a mental block. This is pointing at an emotional block, which is again why you can't think your way out of this. Whatever this is in the center with the devil, it does feel like it has an emotional component. This is hinting at some kind of grief, disappointment, or loss that hasn't been fully processed. He's so busy focusing on the cups that have been spilled. He's not even noticing that he has two cups still standing. He's not allowing it to be water under the bridge so that he can find his way home with the two remaining cups. He's so caught up in what he's lost and what hasn't manifested and what hasn't worked for him that he's missing out on the joy of life. The advice here is to allow yourself to look at those losses, look at those past griefs, those past disappointments, recognize that some part of you is still holding on to them, and just sit with it for a little bit. Allow yourself to feel it and then gently, kindly let it flow away. Release it, let it go. It will create in you a beautiful sense of freedom. When these chains finally break, you're free, and your heart is free. These are the lovers being trapped by the devil. You free those lovers and your heart is free to feel joy again. So allow yourself to feel that grief. Let it be processed in whatever way works for you, and then release it. Let yourself free. You want to do this because this Three of Wands is promising that your ships are about to come in. This is a preparation stage. This is in your external factors. And this seems to be the mascot card for October because I think everyone's got it so far. And it's a really positive, beautiful energy. It's the moment before the action starts happening. It's the moment before this ship comes in. You want to be prepared for this. You don't want to miss the boat. It's holding on to that ship theme. You don't want to be so caught up in your head or in your emotional stalemate that the ships come in and you miss them because you're distracted. This is a very positive indication that something externally in your life is wanting to change. Now, I have said that I was feeling there were external blocks to your success, to your forward progress. This is telling me that sometime in your near future, in October, things are going to start shifting externally for you, but you need to be internally prepared to accept that and to walk with it because it wants to come in for you. I just got drawn back to this Sacred Oak card. It drew my eye, so I got a little distracted there, sorry. But this is reminding you to embrace your inner strength and resilience to deal with this issue, to deal with this grief that's going on. Try not to think your way out of this. And this open your greater vision to see the signs is pointing straight at that Hanged Man. Gain that perspective. All right, let's go back into this storyline. Sorry, we've gone up to the Death card in your hopes and fears. You are wanting this to change. It's like I can feel some part of your life that's just been dragging on that you're wanting to shift. I mean, there's this sense of death. You're wanting this thing to just end. It's this stalemate energy that I'm feeling. You can feel it waning and you're wanting it to end, but it's just taking its time, and the reason it's taking so long is because of your internal blocks. Now, the Death card in your hopes and fears, it could also indicate that for some of you there is a secret internal fear of change happening at a large scale. Now, all of the energies around this internal issue feel relatively low level. The big stuff is happening internally. So it's like the part of you that is afraid of the change is the part of you that needs to deal with the change. And it is all internal, but you have inner strength and resilience. You can see this through. This is going to signify a great shift in you towards your bright future when you embrace it. It's so interesting. You have this incredible emotional balance, and I feel like there's some part of your life that you feel really steady and really strong. And it's like now that you're at this place, there's part of your soul, there's that higher wisdom part of you that wants to bring to the surface this last little shadowy corner to be dealt with because you're in such a good place, because that part of you knows that now is the time that you can be successful at this. So try to embrace your inner strength and resilience and actually look at this and break yourself free once and for all. Your outcome card is the Eight of Swords. This is very interesting, and I'm definitely going to be pulling clarifiers on that. This is pointing right back for me to this Five of Swords. Don't let these thoughts trap you and limit you. Don't let your old habits and limiting self-beliefs convince you that things are never going to change and that you can't get yourself out of this situation. What I'm feeling is this month is a time for you to really go within. And it's possibly not going to be until November that you start seeing the external changes happening if you can process this inner landscape during October. This is a very powerful month. The energy has definitely shifted, and it does seem to be more focused on us working with our inner landscape. A lot of us have been told to reconnect with our hearts and follow our heart's guidance. You have that emotional balance right now, as I said already, and for you it's about breaking yourself out of those old habits and getting out of your head. Try not to use your head so much to make these decisions. Connect back in with your intuition, with your inner self, and let yourself break free of those chains. I have to pull clarifiers on a number of these cards here because we need to see what's going on for you. I feel like I've said enough, even though these are the biggest cards in the spread, apart from that Death card, but because of its position, I'm not as concerned about that Death card. That's your inner hopes and fears. It's kind of reflecting this situation. I feel like we've explored that deeply enough. I really, really want to pull for you on your near future outcome and your advice. So we'll look at these three cards. They're all kind of connected to that Devil and Chariot card anyway in your challenge. So I don't feel like we're going to be missing out by not focusing on that directly. Right. Wow. Oh my goodness. You got the Ace of Wands again. So you definitely have universal support here, Sagittarius. I love that. So this is for the Five of Swords. It's coming right after the Ace of Wands, just like that Five of Swords. So you have the energy, you have the universal support to direct yourself towards this issue. What I feel this is saying is don't use this energy to keep cycling back through your thoughts, because there's no winning that. This is a no-win situation, that Five of Swords. So use this fresh new energy to go beyond that, to go into your heart, to go deeper into those shadowy corners, to get into that Hanged Man energy and see this from a higher perspective, not from your mental state, this cycling, anxious mental turmoil. This energy is here to support you and it wants to lift you higher. Remember, Spirit is trying to send you messages, that messenger card there. So you want to lift yourself higher in order to receive them. Yes, connect with your heart. The Page of Cups, definitely asking you to get out of your head and move towards your heart space instead. Again, you've got this emotional stability. Reconnect in with your hope and optimism about your bright future. He's a page who believes in happily ever after. So try to reconnect in with that energy. Oh my goodness. And you got the Six of Cups. All of these Cups cards finally coming out. This is the emotional side of it. You had the Five of Cups, obviously, but that's that emotional stuckness. These beautiful Cups cards here, this Page of Cups and the Six of Cups, with this universal support coming in twice with the Ace of Wands. It's about reconnecting with your innocent joy, your innocent love, that sense of belief in a bright, happy future. You can't think your way to joy. You just have to feel it. And that's what these cards are trying to point you towards. You've got the universe's support here. You've got Spirit trying to get messages to you. Pay attention to animals, birds, insects that come into your life unexpectedly. Find out what message they have for you. You can look it up online. You can intuit it. They all have messages when they appear. If a butterfly suddenly lands on your nose, there's a reason for it. And it's not just what happens in your external world. Have a look at your dreamscape as well. Spirit's trying to send you messages, and those messages are trying to reconnect you back in with your heart to help you break free of these chains. Honestly, the more I'm going into this read, the more I'm feeling this whole month is geared towards you breaking free of this one small niggly habit, pattern, addiction, whatever it is, once and for all, because you are on a path that is leading you to new heights, and you are in just the right emotional state and energetic state to tackle this. This is really powerful. Okay, let's have a look at this Five of Cups. We've got the Queen of Pentacles, beautiful grounded energy. She's matched to that King of Pentacles right alongside her there. Love that. She's very creative, this particular Queen of Pentacles as well. Now this is in your advice position, this Five of Cups. So the Queen of Pentacles clarifying this, very simple task you can do. Just reconnect back in with nature, reconnect with your creativity, ground yourself. All of those very simple things we can do that get us out of stuck energies. Go for a run on the beach, go for a walk in nature, put your bare feet on the grass, play with your animals. Do something creative like cooking or painting or gardening, connecting in with that grounded, earthy energy that gets you out of your mental state and helps shift any emotional blockages. That kind of practical task can really help shift emotional blocks. It just shifts the energy a little, shakes it all up a little, and it can help when you are going in your heart to see what's going on. Once it's free, it's not so obscured. Wow. Okay. The other thing I got with the Queen of Pentacles, which it's a message I've never received before, but it makes perfect sense with the Queen of Pentacles. I got the words, count your blessings. Now remember, this guy has 2 cups remaining. They're his blessings. They're still remaining. So as this Queen of Pentacles energy has come in, it's asking you to not focus on the things that you've lost. Remember what blessings you still have. That helps shake you out of this hyper focus on what has disappointed you in the past. and reconnects you with what you already have, which opens the path to bringing in even more. You just got the Temperance as well. This is beautiful angelic support. It's another indication the universe is watching out for you. It's also asking you to find your balance, that inner balance, which is very much what we were just saying. Hyper-focusing on what you've lost is out of balance. You can recognize what you've lost while you recognize what you still have. That brings that balance into play. And again, it opens doors within you to allow more to come in. So yeah, finding your balance. The other message with the Temperance is not as clear in this particular card, in this deck, but it's about the unconscious becoming conscious. So if you are suppressing something, if you are trying to hide this old thought pattern, emotional stuckness, this old addiction, if you're trying to hide that from yourself, the Temperance is saying it's time to bring this to the surface, to allow it to be seen and processed and released. Let it be that water under the bridge. Let it come in and let it flow away. Oh, wow. Another card of balance. You got the Justice. Incredible. It's time for this to happen. It's time for this truth to come out. I just got truth will out. It's very definitive, that sentence. But apparently that's what this is saying, that this is the time. You can't hide this anymore. You can't deny this anymore. It is time for this to be brought to the surface, to be assessed, dealt with, and released, to allow this balance to come back into play and allow justice to be served. You deserve to not be stuck in old grief and old patterns. Let this go free and you will free yourself to enjoy your life so much more. Okay, let's have a look at this Eight of Swords and your outcome. Wow, you got the High Priestess. Okay, we had the Two of Swords under here. That little crescent moon. Remember I said this is about connecting with your intuition. This is the Power Intuition card. There's no more powerful card pointing towards your intuition and your incredible inner guidance than the High Priestess. She's so in tune with her inner world and is so in tune with the subtle realms. She receives these messages from Spirit clearly and cleanly. This is asking you not to focus on your thoughts, but to trust your intuition. And in order to do that, you need to quiet those noisy surface thoughts, which is what this Two of Swords has tried to do. She's quieted her senses. That blindfold is indicating that. Cutting off her senses, quieting her thoughts, and calming her noisy emotions to hear her intuition, to receive those higher messages. This is a really powerful indicator that you have all the resources you need, which is exactly what I got with that King of Pentacles. This High Priestess is saying you have this. You're so much bigger than these thoughts that are keeping you small and trapped. Release yourself, free yourself from the binds that you imposed upon yourself, which is what that Devil is pointing to. There's some inner thing that needs to be released here. Everything is pointing to this, and your heart is going to be the way forward. And your heart really wants to help you here, along with that powerful intuition. Oh, wow. Okay. Look at this. Oh my goodness. This is incredible. You're going to be fine. Sagittarius, it's going to be a month, but you are going to be fine. And I'm getting the indication that I was tuning into at the beginning, that by the time you hit November, the energy will shift dramatically for you. You got the Star and the Knight of Swords. Amazing. Break yourself out of these chains, these bonds. Trust your intuition. And know that the universe wants to grant your wishes. It wants to bring this in for you. And when you open to this, when you begin to lay the foundations for what you want after you've broken yourself free of those chains, released your grief, set yourself free of those bonds, things are going to move forward very, very quickly. That Knight of Swords is the fastest card in the deck. He's powering forward head on. There's no ambiguity here. He's coming straight forward. There's no shadowiness. There's no hidden grief, hidden addictions, or old thought patterns keeping him trapped. He's just flying forward. This is a sense of freedom of thought here. It's like your thoughts are free now. He's broken free from the bindings that have kept him trapped, and he's flying down that freeway, heading towards his wish fulfillment, his hope, his promise of a bright future. That's what that Star is offering. You need to lay the foundations for this. So you obviously need to do some work here, but you're not doing it alone. You have so much support from the universe. It's come in so many times, and you have messages from spirit coming in. You just need to be in the right space to receive them. At the bottom of the deck, I'm so excited. You've got the Queen of Cups again. This is so beautiful. And in this particular deck, I just love this Queen of Cups in this deck. She's so full of life and love. She's loving herself, loving her life, embracing this freedom and sense of joy and contentedness in her heart as this beautiful Queen of Cups. To have that come out at the beginning and then at the end as the bottom of the deck card feels really significant. It's a beautiful rounding out, and it feels much more complete, because when you land on this after you've gone through this whole journey, you're not going to be weighed down by these secret hidden little shadowy chains that are holding you back. You are free. You're walking free, loving life. I'm so happy for you, Sagittarius. This is incredible. It's going to be a month, as I said, but you have got this. Embrace your inner strength and resilience. See yourself through this. Know you're not alone. And once you see things from a higher perspective, and once you gain clarity on what this is, you will be able to start making steps to release yourself from this grief, to get out of your head, connect back in with your heart, release yourself from those bonds, from that Eight of Swords. And look at, those three cards, I think that's my favorite moment there. The High Priestess, the Star, and the Knight of Swords. Your intuition is going to start firing, your wishes are going to start being fulfilled, and you are going to power forward. That's kind of that Chariot energy again. You're just going to power forward. And without being pulled in two directions, which is what that Chariot is. It's like once you get to this point, you'll have figured out which way you want to go and what you want to do. So you won't even need to worry about trying to rein in those horses to go forward. You're just on this motorbike, flying forward in one direction. It's perfect. Wonderful. Let me pull 3 final message cards for you, Sagittarius. Okay. We had one pop out and then another one fell out as I was collecting that one. You got the Judgment. Holy cow. Big shifting energies here. It might not have seemed like it was that big a deal when we started what was happening. It all felt very internal, but this Judgment, big stuff's going on here, Sagittarius. Remember I said that this is coming in because you got yourself in this perfectly beautiful, emotionally balanced state. And now is the time to do it. The reason for this is because you are ascending to new heights. It's time to let go of everything that's keeping you small, trapped, or held back, because the angels are calling you back to life. You've got so many angelic cards here, so much support from the universe. This is the dead being brought back to life. This is the Ascension card, the Awakening card. This is part of your amazing awakening process. And you have the strength and resilience to see it through. Incredible. The Hierophant also flipped out. So amazing. He's the spiritual authority. This is you taking charge of your own spiritual well-being, your emotional well-being, your inner state. He's kind of no nonsense. He makes things happen. He gets things done at like a spiritual level, at an energetic level, but also balances that with his external world. So you have got everything you need. That King of Pentacles was absolutely right. You have everything you need to see you through this. And you're going to come out much higher, much stronger, and much, much happier with that beautiful Queen of Cups. The Magician, amazing. Yes, look at these 3 major arcana to end with. The Magician is you taking hold of that magic wand and creating the life that you want, which is what you had been trying to do all along, and it just wasn't happening because you were stuck with that Chariot going sideways, being held back by that devil. Now is the time to break free, to take hold of this wand and really create the life that you want, finding that inner strength, the Hierophant, and ascending to new heights, just as that beautiful messenger card promised. Now, I need to show you, you have at the bottom of the deck the 9 of Swords. This is a reminder, and the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, and you've got that Queen of Pentacles here again, letting you know to ground yourself, connect in with the earthly energies. What did I say before? Count your blessings. Remember the good things. These 2 cards are reminding you to not get stuck in your head, to not go round and around with that 5 of Swords there, with these anxious thoughts, worries. Try not to think your way out of this. It's not going to work. It's just going to keep you stuck in this poverty mindset, because that's what feeds these thoughts. So break out of that poverty mindset. Go within. Those 5 pentacles are on the stained glass window of a church. The message is go within. You'll find all the warmth, security, and support that you need. Get out of your head. Let yourself rise, ascend to new heights. And the way to do that is to make sure you recognize within any old patterns, beliefs, any emotional weight that's holding you back, keeping you limited, keeping you small, keeping you anxious. It's time to release all of that, set yourself free, and create the life that you want. I wish you all the best with this, Sagittarius. You have this. Embrace your inner strength and resilience. You'll be fine. See you soon.